Hey there, it's Katie Jarvis with Managing the Mess. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to bring you along. We're just going to be chatting a little bit, and you're going to see a little bit of what I do in the afternoon when school is over. So in the morning when I get to school, I look at what needs to happen the next day, and I start writing my afternoon to-do list. I'll look over this again at lunchtime and kind of assess what can I get done during the day and what's going to happen after the students leave after school. And I have this in Google Keep, which is just a free app. I really like it because it syncs across your devices. So it works on my school laptop, also works on my phone, on my watch, on my iPad at home. So whenever I think of things for my list, I can add them in there, and it has different lists. And this list is specifically for what I'm going to be doing after school in the afternoon. So I've got quite a few things on my list today that I'm going to start with. The one that really affects the custodians is getting the chairs up. So I'm going to start with that. Often I'll have my students do this, but tomorrow, two of my classes are painting like really large winter paintings where they're painting things from edge to edge. And when I'm doing that, I like to cover up the tables so that we're using less baby wipes and less time cleaning tables at the end of classes. I have 5 classes tomorrow. So just when you have those back to back, covering the tables is one of those things that I do that takes a little bit of time ahead of time, but it saves me time during the art classes. In my art classes, we use baby wipes at the end of each class to clean off the tables. So the kids are always helping me. But the problem with our schedule is the bigger kids come to art in the morning. You know, they're obviously better cleaners. They can reach the middle of the table. And then we see the younger kids in the afternoon. So they've done their best to clean, but there is still a lot that they couldn't reach in the center of the table or just spots that were missed. So I'm going to be wiping off the tables before I cover them this afternoon. Ever since the time has changed, I have had so much trouble recording videos in my classroom. If you haven't realized it yet, because people always comment about, oh, your room is so bright. One whole wall of my room is windows, which is normally a wonderful thing. But when you were trying to record a YouTube video and there are sunspots and stuff and the lighting is really uneven, especially going across your face, it's super distracting. So I've had to move and record a lot of my videos way far sitting over on this side of the room recently, and that is the reason why. It's also getting dark really early here. We're on the East Coast, and I would say by 4 o'clock, 4:30, the sun is definitely going down, and it's considerably darker in my classroom. So that has been a little bit of a challenge for me during this fall winter season that we are in. Speaking of videos, I have been making videos for almost 2 years now, which I just can't believe. I started when I was sick 2 Christmases ago, for winter break. At the very beginning of winter break, I was super sick, and I'd already been thinking about putting up my channel, and I'd recorded some stuff, and I finally, because I was sick, kind of stuck to myself all alone. I started to make the videos, and I was able to get my channel started. So it was kind of a good time to just really sort of focus in on that. And I've been posting at least once a week for that entire time. I am starting to think about how I would like to spend some more time on some other creative projects. What's been great about YouTube that I have been able to be consistent is I really just stuck with a pattern. So I had a routine of I recorded, at least right now, I'm recording every Tuesday. That's when I make my video. I have some processes throughout the week where I start to edit and do different parts of what needs to be done before you guys see the video. But it was a process that I just kept going with. And it's been really hard lately to integrate any more kind of creative task into that. I've gotten a lot of requests for things that people would like to see me share on Teachers Pay Teachers. And I would love to share things there as well, even more. But it's been really tough because of that tight turnover of trying to get a video out every single week. So something that I have been thinking about doing is going down to just 2 videos a month, maybe 3 videos a month. So it would maybe be most times every other week. It would just help to give me a little bit more time for other projects, because when I'm recording on Tuesdays, I'm spending quite a bit of time on Saturday editing the video and getting the video up on YouTube. That takes a little bit of time to just sit there and get things off of my editing software and get it posted onto YouTube. So that is something I'm thinking about in the future. You can leave me a comment if you've got any feelings about if that would be something that you'd be okay with, cutting back a little bit on the videos, and maybe give a little bit of feedback too as the kind of videos that you'd like to see. I've asked quite a bit on Instagram, and I've got a couple of good ideas from that way. And I have a fun list, but I really, I'm not making these videos for me. I'm making these videos to help other people. So I'm definitely curious as to what kind of videos you guys would like to see in the future. So don't be afraid to reach out on Instagram or leave a comment here on YouTube. I'm really good at trying to take some time each day to respond to those kind of comments. So know if you do leave a comment and I don't respond, it's totally fine to ask again. I usually can get back to people within a few days of them leaving me a message. And I'm really receptive to, ideas that I hear frequently about things that people would like to see on my channel. So hopefully I'll hear from you with some of ideas that would be helpful for you. So yes, I am double covering the tables. I do have back-to-back classes. Tomorrow starts with 5th grade, and they're doing a snowy starry night project, and it's probably like 18 by 24, and they're painting the background. So the plastic covering is going to be for the 5th graders. They will roll that up, and I teach the students how to remove the tape from the table when everything is off the table, and then roll it up like a burrito and throw it away, leaving that clean surface underneath for the next class. So second tomorrow, I have 6th graders, and they're doing the holiday lights project that I got from Art with Mrs. Nugent. And that one is on Teachers Pay Teachers. The Starry Night one that I was talking about that I did with 5th grade, and a lot of the lessons that I'm doing right now are in some of my most recent videos where I shared some of my winter art projects. So the 6th graders are doing just chalk and oil pastels, so they don't really need the table covered. It's that I have 4th grade right after 6th grade without any time in between, and the 4th graders are doing these winter value paintings, and they're painting the whole painting from edge to edge. So the paper that's underneath is going to be for the 4th graders. The 4th graders will take that off and remove that, and then I don't remember what happens in the afternoon. I think I have 1st graders, and they're doing these little animals, these winter animals and sweaters. That's not really messy. And then the 3rd graders are assembling. We had done the color diffusing circle snowman lesson. So they're making snowflakes, but they already did the messy part with the markers and spraying with water last time. So these table covers are just for the morning classes, but still need to be done before I leave today. I certainly do not have time in the morning. In the morning, I only get to school, because people always ask this, I only get to school maybe, I don't know, I get here at least reliably at 7:50. I'm trying to work on getting here a little bit earlier, but I have bus duty in there for like 20 minutes, and then my first class is at 8:50. So I don't think it really, when you even add it up, and it's broken up, I don't really even have 30 minutes in the morning, and by the time you even get your laptop started and think for a second about what needs to be done, you're out of time. So I try to get as much done as I can in the afternoon, just knowing that my morning could be interrupted and there's really just not a lot of time to work with in the morning. I always have that problem too, where I'll go home at night and then think of something else that needs to be done for that lesson in the morning. So I think it was really helpful to have those to-do lists where you can work on them when you're at home too, just writing things down and getting it out of your brain so you're not stressed about forgetting things when you're home, and knowing what you need to do as soon as you get to school in the morning so you can really take advantage of the time that you do have. Now I'm going to tape these down next so that they don't wiggle and move while the students are painting. So this is one of those jobs that just got away from me. We have been painting non-stop, And usually I have the kids help me sort the paintbrushes out, but I did not even think about it today. I have all the paintbrushes still in, I have this over the sink colander. And normally I just wash the paintbrushes at the end of the day, put them in here and they dry out. And then the kids help me sort them in the morning. But these are all from yesterday. These are all from today. We need them first thing tomorrow. So I'm just going to sit here and sort them out quickly. Usually it's also a task that I might do and kind of work on throughout the day, just kind of have sitting out in the front of the room or something and work on while other classes are doing their artwork. But again, just escaped me. It's been rough around here since Thanksgiving break. I feel like we came back and the kids had a lot more energy than I did, that my brain was moving really slow. I'm not sick. I don't have a cold or anything. But for some reason, my voice was kind of weak. Also, when we came back, I don't know if I just wasn't used to talking so loud or what, but I kept coughing and my nose was running and stuff when we came back on Monday. And Mondays are kind of tough anyways. We have like a schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing that rotates because we do have a part-time art teacher that's here. So we can't have a rotating schedule. So some students have art on Monday and our district has a lot of Monday holidays. I think that because we're such a diverse district, we celebrate a lot of holidays, even that other school districts do not. And we end up with a lot of Mondays off because of that. And we have a new initiative this year where there is some professional development that mostly classroom teachers are doing, but also some that specialists are doing on Mondays. And it is 12 times during this school year. And that means we leave, the kids leave 3 hours early on Monday, 12 times on top of the other classes that we miss. So when I added up all of the holidays, and I mean like even like counting winter break, not having art on Monday and things like that, the kids in those classes that I see on Mondays are missing 17 art classes this year. I do need to sit down and like think. Do you ever feel like that as an art teacher? You never have time to actually sit down and think and plan. I need to kind of figure out how that's going to work because they're not going to be able to do all the same projects as the rest of the school. And really so far they have kind of kept up with everything that everybody else is doing. I skipped over, I had like a Thanksgiving project that a lot of my classes did with oil pastels. And they made a little turkey and then pulled the feathers with the erasers. I skipped over that with all of my Monday classes and I kind of just jumped ahead and now I have them all doing the winter projects. But I think something's going to have to give because they're not going to be able to do everything the same. And I wish they could. So I think that's also a reason why I don't want to sit down and figure it out. Those Monday classes, missing like 17 classes, and really just having a lot of inconsistency. Like we never have seemed to have like 2 or 3 Mondays that are just normal in a row. They've been really tough days for behavior for my classes. Things don't just seem to flow like they do the rest of the days of the week. I feel like defeated, like giving up, especially after yesterday. Like yesterday coming back from the break, it just really seemed overwhelming to me. And I felt like this before. I actually did this on Instagram, but like I made a letter to myself thinking that I need to remember this because it's hard after a break. I know this. Also, for some reason, because of those Monday classes not being in the same routine and seeing me as frequently and being as confident in doing the routines and things without like a lot of support from me, my week gets better as it goes. Sometimes like my Monday is rough. Most of my Tuesday classes are really good. It gets a lot better. Like as the week goes on for some reason, just the mix of kids that I have in the classes and things like that. But my week gets like much easier as far as like the level of support I have to provide to students. They work quietly when it gets to being later in the week. And I feel like on my Monday classes, I was giving a lot of reminders about that. So I did make a kind of funny post over on Instagram where I was talking about that and kind of reminding myself, like, don't give up. Like the week gets better. Just because Monday is terrible doesn't mean the rest of the week is. But we're definitely in that final countdown. We have to go until December 20th this year. So we have, 13 more days until our break starts when I'm recording this video. So the end is in sight. I'll probably be doing a little bit of work over winter break. Most of our time off is actually like after Christmas because we go until the 20th. So in the past, I've come in like one day or so over the break, kind of just clean things up, do things like this, like putting the paintbrushes back so that when you come back, you can really just hit the ground running. So I have a new principal, but I probably will ask. She'll probably think that's banana nuts crazy. But I'll ask if I can do that again. I mean, the custodians are here, so it's really an issue of making sure that I've communicated with them when I'm going to be here, when I'm going to leave, how I'm going to get in. So I think I'll do that. I usually do when I come in over the break, then record a video so I can get a little bit more videos out when people are home and relaxing over the break. So planning to do that again. So look out for that. Back in with my list here. So I've washed the brushes. What else have I done? Double covered the tables. Put away the paintbrushes, wiped off the tables, put the chairs up. So what I didn't say is that you still have the items you completed down here. So it's really easy to uncheck the list. There's a little setting there actually to uncheck all items, and you can reset your checklist. So if you do the same thing every afternoon, many things like wiping off the tables and putting the chairs up, oftentimes the kids help me with it, but I like to make sure that I do it each day. So I keep that on my to-do list. What I'm doing right now is a task I usually do in the morning. Like as I take artwork off the drying rack, if it's something that we're working on for a second day or something that I need to grade, I put it in number order. My students have name tag labels, like pre-printed mailing labels that I use, and I put it on their artwork, and then I put their artwork, so in number order, I'm saying that it's seat order. So it's really easy to pass it back. It's also really easy to grade it. And typically, like I said, this is something I do in the morning when I take things off the drying rack, or I do this while my classes are working. I kind of just sit down at one of the tables and sort artwork. But it has been pretty crazy since we've been back. I think also we're getting into a lot of the winter painting lessons, and it's been a little bit more hands-on. Like I've been sprinkling glitter and kind of walking around monitoring messes and whatnot. And some of these tasks are just really getting backed up. This is a class that I have for tomorrow, so I wanted to make sure that I got these in order. These are color diffusing circles. I can link them in the description. We're using one of them to make a snowflake, and the other one we're making a little snowman and kind of turning it into a snow globe kind of a vibe. And that lesson is on one of my recent videos about winter art lesson ideas for upper elementary. I do it with third grade, but obviously super adaptable, and I think it has beautiful results. The colors on these are just amazing. We used the Mr. Sketch markers, and they turned out really well. The kids really enjoy this project. It's a super easy one. On the first day, they just color, and then you spray them with water, and that's really all you have to do as the teacher. They make a little snowman, they put it in a bag, you save it for the next time. So it's a fun, easy lesson. And they're all starting to think about snow. It has not snowed here yet in Virginia, but I'm someone that spends so much time researching, like if we're going to get a snow day, it doesn't even equal the time that we get off. Recently, we have not had hardly any snow days here. And I don't think our snow outlook for this winter is anything too crazy or exciting. So who knows, we may get lucky. It doesn't take a lot of snow here. I'm in Northern Virginia, and there's lots of traffic. And a lot of people that aren't used to driving in the snow. So even like an inch or two, which would be laughed at elsewhere, can completely shut us down for a day or two. So fingers crossed that we get some snow days. Okay, I've got some organizing to do. Just about last task of the night. I'm setting out these cups for tomorrow morning. I'm going to fill them with some white paint. So I got that out and ready. My fifth graders are making at least the background part of this snowy, starry night. So they'll start with white paint and I'll pour that ahead of time. And then they'll come over as they're working and slowly add a couple drops of turquoise to make the paint darker and darker as they make the layers in their painting. I sure hope this video was enjoyable for you. If you like this kind of content, I know I like to watch a lot of vlogs and YouTube videos and podcasts, especially when I'm doing like some mundane cleaning and stuff at the end of the day in my art room. Check out the video that I made last year. I was doing a video where I cleaned out my storage closet. Might need to make a part 2 of that because that tends to be a spot where I hide things to make my art room look nice and clean. But that'd be a great video for you to watch next. Make sure that you're subscribed and I'll see you in my next video.